Hey, it's Fan-Pei Modeltechie, and I'm currently in Nashville, Tennessee, in an Airbnb. It's gorgeous. It's out in the countryside. It only costs $50. The only thing is that you can hear one of the five kids kind of running around outside if you hear anything. And yeah, the reason I'm here is because I had a half-day booking today that canceled. So I had to find like last minute bookings to fill up the time, and I had a photographer that I've been scheduling with for a couple weeks, and we got down to the day and the time and the concept, and all we needed was a location. But it was supposed to happen at 4 today, so I've been waiting all day and haven't heard anything. And I totally understand that things happen. Life can be crazy and unexpected, and I hope everything's okay with him. But it also impacts me because it's about a 6-hour round trip drive from Atlanta to Nashville. And when I'm here, I can't be in another city where I could possibly get work. And in order to do this trip, it costs about like $350 for the flight, and on top of that, like $350 for the rental car, and then food, and then housing sometimes. So I'm losing a bunch of money up front, and I have to like, kind of work my way up to like a 0 point before I can start like paying off my rent and stuff. So yeah, I don't have any work today, and it actually happens pretty often. It took me about 4 months to plan this trip, and I had about 37 shoots on the books, and of those, about 12 of them actually followed through with everything and got on my calendar and turned into actual work for me. And then out of those, so far about 4 of them have canceled. So out of those, finally at the end of the day, I'm making enough to cover my trip and to cover my rent for a month, and that's pretty much it. Which is great, but not the most reassuring if I need to pay for healthcare if I crash my car or something like that. Update: 6 cancellations. I'm barely breaking even. Yay! This is my full-time job, and I did the math and found out that for every one shoot that I get on the books that should be money for me, I send a reply to about 90 messages. Currently in April 2018, I'm getting about 40 messages on my Model Mayhem a week, at least like 30 DMs on Facebook. I'm not even counting, like, yeah, maybe another 30 on Instagram, and a few more on other sites. And I've been trying to figure out what happens so I can anticipate it and address and mitigate it. And there's always this trash talk in the photography community that, oh, models are flakes, photographers are flakes, they don't respect your time. They say they're gonna do something and they don't follow through because they don't care about you enough. And I mean, that might be the case a little bit, but I don't think that's the case. We all got into this field because we love it, we're really passionate about it, we really like meeting each other and, you know, collaborating with new talent and making something new and beautiful. So I refuse to believe that this is like a malicious thing or a deficiency in character or something. The one experience that I personally have to work off of is when I found this really cool photographer that I wanted to hire for a shoot because his work was like, oh my god, this is awesome, I need to work with this guy, take my money, take my money. And he was really talented, so he was really expensive, but I really wanted this to work, so I was scheduling it with him, and I was telling him like which package I want, where I want to shoot, like, you know, the details of it. And even though like it was only like kind of feasible, I really wanted to make it work until a month before I checked my bank account and it was like below a certain limit, and I was just like, oh shoot, I can't do this, like I can't. And I have to cancel this soon because he needs a 50% deposit to schedule a shoot. And I don't require a deposit because I really don't want to burden people who work with me. I want to be able to work with all levels as long as I can, like, you know, make enough to live. But with the current state of things, that's not happening for me. So I don't know what to do exactly. I don't know if I should communicate what cancellations and no-shows do for me. Or maybe if I require a deposit, maybe I lose a whole bunch of people that would have been awesome to work with, but I filter out only the ones who are like serious enough to give me notice and some collateral. And if things still don't work out, like, that sucks just as much as before, but at least I have a little bit, you know, so I'm not completely lost without a paddle. Because right now I'm driving across the country for hours and hours by myself for shoots that maybe weren't real or were wishful thinking, and that hurts me. I really would like to be able to do this for as long as I can. I feel bad because if I require a deposit, I need people to trust me, and it requires people to blindly trust me with their money. And honestly, a random girl on the internet is not the most trustworthy demographic to entrust your money to. But I think I have to do it at this point, and I am one of the most highly credited, verified, reviewed models on Model Mayhem. So I'm hoping at this point I've built up a reputation enough that you can trust me. But yeah, if you guys have any other ideas of what I can do, I would really appreciate hearing it. And big shout out to my patrons on Patreon who support me no matter what, even if I'm lost in the middle of nowhere and I don't know what to do. And I'm learning how to do things better so that I can support myself. Thank you for listening to me and following my work and being my friend and being part of my adventure to follow my dreams. And you guys make me really happy. So yeah, that's the end of my spiel. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you later.